Hey everybody, Rene here, coming to you from Good Enough Mother World's headquarters, wishing my hair a happy 5th anniversary. Yeah! That's right, it's been 5 years today that I cut my hair. For more than 30 years, I relaxed and colored my hair. I was a news anchor, both locally and nationally, and I wore my hair in the way that was acceptable for news anchors to wear their hair, which was relaxed, straight, and kind of short, like a short bob. In 2008, I was traveling the country on a book tour. I got sick. I got a staph or a strep infection in my lungs, turned into asthmatic bronchitis, and I was hospitalized for 3 days. After those 3 days, I was also pumped full of medication. After those 3 days, I ended up going to the hair salon, and I got my hair relaxed. And in a week, it was breaking, it was dry, it was falling out. It was really, really bad. It really was the beginning of me starting to love myself for who I was, every single aspect of who I was. And I made the decision back then that if I never had another TV job again because my hair wasn't straight, that was going to be okay. In other words, I was never going to put another chemical in my hair ever again. Another reason I went natural is because I have a daughter. She's 17 years old now, and she's a beautiful head of hair. All this time I was telling her to love your hair, love who you are because of who you are, and yet I was, not doing the same for myself. In the past 5 years, I've learned so much about my hair, so much about me. I mean, this is what grows out of my head, not the color. I've always had a love-hate relationship with my hair, but I've never really loved my hair the way I love my hair now. Real quickly, I'll tell you some of the things that I've learned, and then I'll answer questions that I get all the time. I know I've said this before, and I've written posts about this before on my site, goodenoughmother.com. You have to be patient. You need to be realistic about your goals. That's the first thing. So if you are hoping to have 12 inches of hair growth in a year, think about that. That's an inch a month, and that's probably not going to happen. Hair grows at a rate of about 1/4 to 1/2 an inch, if you're lucky, a month. If you go with the 1/2 inch figure, that's 6 inches. The second thing I would say is be realistic about your hair type. And don't covet anybody else's hair type. My hair, when it's wet, looks a lot like this. It's longer, but the curl is still a lot like that. So my recommendation would be to find someone who has the same hair type and find out what they do. So a lot of people ask me what kind of product I use. I'm not really product loyal per se, but I will tell you in terms of technique, I never, ever shampoo my hair, ever. When I started using conditioner only, it made a huge difference in my hair. It made a huge difference in the moisture of it and in the curl. Because it wasn't so dry, the sulfate wasn't drying it out, my hair curl started acting better. So if you are having trouble with frizz, that's the first thing I always tell people is get rid of shampoo. The thing is, conditioner has enough cleansing property to get your hair clean without stripping it. So you don't have that squeaky feel, but your hair is still clean. The way I get rid of product buildup is I use an apple cider vinegar rinse about once or twice a month. When I'm in the shower, 2 tablespoons, I just eyeball it into a water bottle, and then so I will have co-washed my hair, and then I put the apple cider vinegar on, and I don't rinse after that. I just leave that in there, and then I go on about styling. Somebody asked me on my Facebook page, do I ever flat iron or blow dry my hair? No. You're not going to get this, and this is color-treated hair, if you are beating the hell out of it with heat. My advice about heat, don't do it. Don't do direct heat. Hair grows 2 ways. It's the growth that comes out of your scalp and also the length that you retain. So that's where protective styling comes in. When I'm filming television in a studio, I will wear my hair like this because it's a controlled environment. But when I'm out in the elements, I totally go with protective styling. So when I'm shooting sweet retreats, I keep my hair bunned up. because it needs to look the same for a period of days. And I don't know what I'm going to be in for. Rain, heat, humidity, whatever. At least if it's all tucked away, it looks the same all the time. One of the byproducts of that I've noticed is that my hair's really started to grow. Products, I use, cheap conditioner, pretty much, whatever's on sale. But I do like Clairol herbal essences, not shampoo, the conditioner. I'm talking only conditioner. Tresemme, Aussie Moist, things like that. I like the Garnier line of product. I use the Fructis. It's like there's an anti-frizz serum, and then there's another one like a calm down or something. And then I use a little bit of leave-in conditioner. My routine is, as soon as I'm out of the shower, and I will have co-washed my hair, I will use Jamaican black castor oil on just this part. So let me pull it up a little bit for you here. Okay, so right in here, I am 51 years old, so by the way, which means I'm starting to get a little bit thin in here. And this part of my hair, where I have this like right here, is a completely different kind of grade than this part. This part is like a 3C hair. This in here is probably more like about a 4A. This hair is shorter. It tends to be drier. It doesn't grow as fast and as much. So I have to treat it with a little more TLC. That TLC comes in the form of Jamaican black castor oil. So as soon as I get out of the shower, I take it like this, and I'll just like come through, separate, put the oil on here, do the same thing all the way through. So once I have the oil on it, then I'll part it. That's kind of a severe part in there, but I just did my hair yesterday. So I part it, and then I do I flat twist it. And then I just kind of make sure my hair is good and wet, put a little Eco Styler in gel. I make sure my hair is good and wet, and then I wrap it up in a t-shirt. And then I either go to bed, or I let the t-shirt take most of the moisture out and then sit under the dryer. But I don't use a terry cloth towel because that roughs up the cuticle and just makes your hair fuzzy. The other thing is, at night, I either put it in a ponytail or a pineapple on top of my head, or sometimes I'm just too lazy, and I just sleep on my satin pillowcase. No cotton pillowcases, no terry cloth towels, no shampoo. Somebody asked me if I colored my hair and if these were highlights and if that was more drying. I don't think it's any more drying than my hair is normally. My natural color is pretty unremarkable. It's kind of an ashen brown, now gray. One of the other things I would recommend is taking a hair vitamin. I've fallen off the wagon with that, but I'm going to get back on. Also, exercise, drink plenty of water, because your hair is just a manifestation of what's happening on the inside. So be good to yourself. For those of you who are embarking on this journey, I would say this. If you're good to your hair, it'll be good to you. Don't abuse it, and then wonder why it's not growing. You need to be good to it. And the other thing is accept it. Accept your hair for what it is. People say to me, oh, you never seem to have a bad hair day. Oh, I have plenty of bad hair days. It's just that I know that my hair has a personality, and sometimes it's going to look great, and sometimes it's tired, and it's not going to look so hot. And I just go with it. I don't fight it anymore. And I guess that's it. I'm finally at a point now where I'm not fighting my hair. I'm not beating it with chemicals, trying to make it do something that it was not destined or designed to do. And instead of fighting my hair, I'm loving on my hair. And she's being really good to me. I can't wait to see what the next 5 years bring. I'll answer your questions. You can leave them here on YouTube, on my Facebook page, or on the website, goodenoughmother.com. That's about it. Happy hair growing. And remember, you don't have to be perfect, just good enough.